Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great start to your weekend. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about something which has annoyed me, irritated me, frustrated me and concerned me previously on YouTube, but especially it kind of became a thing again for me yesterday. So you know, if you've been here before, that I am not one to get involved in drama. I'm not one to be dramatic or to create or be involved in other people's drama. That is just, I repel drama. I don't want it. I don't need it. I get no enjoyment out of it. I don't even like to listen to or watch videos about the drama that goes on. It always seems to be going on in the beauty community especially. But all of that stuff, it's just, I come to YouTube for like enjoyment and fun and uplifting and a release and a relief. Like I come here to watch and to make content that I enjoy, that's fun, that's light-hearted, that's a break from like the stressful lives that most of us all have. And that I think is why a lot of people come to YouTube, you know, especially in the makeup and beauty community, because for me anyway, I find makeup and beauty to be like a release. It's therapeutic to me. It's like, you know, half an hour in the morning that I might get, sometimes I get a whole hour on the weekends, to just sit at my desk playing with makeup. And that's why I'm here. That's why I started my channel. And that's why I watch YouTube, because it's my little bit of me time, my escapism. And yesterday I got bombarded on YouTube yet again by YouTube recommending to me and putting it on my timeline this stressy drama stuff. I don't necessarily want to go into details too much about what happened. If you do want to know what I'm talking about, it was the Tati versus James Charles videos that went up yesterday. So Tati did a video explaining her side of what's gone on with her relationship with James Charles over the last, you know, bit of time. And then James responded with an apology, and obviously all of the drama channels made videos about it. There was like just videos about this everywhere, and it was just all very aggy last night here on YouTube. So if you want to know all about it and everything that happens, I mean, it's very easy to find. Search any of those names on YouTube and you'll get 5,000 results telling you exactly what's gone on. So I don't necessarily want to talk about that, because one, I just feel like with all of the drama and stuff like that, I don't know any of these people, never met them, never spoken to them, probably never will, so I couldn't possibly tell you what I think about it or who I think is right or wrong, because I just literally have no idea about any of it. But what it kind of raised for me that I do want to talk about is this platform, the behaviours among the biggest of the big creators, especially within the beauty community. I find it so frustrating that time and time again we're seeing people who it seems as though they aren't the nicest people, and these are the ones who succeed time and time again. And it's a pattern, isn't it? Like, it seems like it's a pattern. People who use people, who social climb, who have these fake friends, these frenemy relationships, these cliques that aren't very nice to each other, they aren't very nice to other people, they have all these really huge fallings out, they say horrible things, extremely disgusting things, at times racist things, and time again, those are the people who are successful, who are winning, who are the most visible, who are the most I guess who are just the biggest names on this platform, and that's what we're seeing from these people. And one of the things that I saw on Instagram from the snippet of Tati's video, which I watched Tati's video and dipped in and out of it because I just didn't know what was happening. And one of the things I took out of that is that she mentioned that James's audience, the majority of the people who watch him, are extremely young. Like, I think she said it was, you know, between 12 and 14 or something, somewhere in that ballpark. Early teens are kind of his key core audience. And I was like, that's what this reminds me of. It's school, isn't it? Like, I feel like when I was at school, when I was a teenager, it was like cool to be mean to people. Like the most popular girl in my year, in the first year of secondary school, which is when you're 12, was the meanest girl. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was afraid of her. and therefore she was the most popular. So then, and I started thinking, it made me feel like I had to be mean to be popular, and that being mean or talking about people, taking the mickey out of people, that's how you're cool, that's how you're popular, that's how you make friends. And God, I just think that's a kind of a fairly normal and accepted part of school. You know, you learn these lessons, don't you? I feel like in the UK, the first year of secondary school when you're 12, year 7, year 8, year 9, when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, that's kind of how things is. Especially with the girls. Girls, we're mean, you know, we fall out, we talk about each other, we're all frenemies, and then you start to learn, you start to grow up and actually realise it's not cool to be horrible and mean and bitchy and talk about people, especially not your own friends, and you learn all these lessons, and by the time you're kind of towards the end of school, everybody's a bit nicer, a bit kinder, everyone's grown, everyone's learning lessons, and the people who are still really mean and nice and not nice and horrible to each other and horrible to you become less and less popular and lose all their friends as people learn it's nicer to be nice, it's cooler to be kind, and that's what we learn as we go through school. And I just feel like these people who have these ginormous platforms that we have given to them, time and time again, turn out to be the mean girls or the mean boys or the mean clique. Why is that? I feel like we have this responsibility, and I know there's this cancel culture. Now it's like James Charles is cancelled because he was mean to someone that we like and we think is a good, nice, kind person and who's shown him some kindness and support and love, and he's turned around and slapped her in the face, so we're going to cancel him. And what you see is his subscriber count suddenly plummets and it goes down. I mean, James, when this all started, had 16.5 million subscribers, and we'll see the same thing with him that we saw with Jeffree, that we saw with Laura Lee, that we saw with Manny, that his subscribers will take some kind of a dive, some kind of a hit because of this. How long will that last? A week or so, until someone else does something that we see as worse, or that it's the new thing that's happened, so we forget what James did, and his numbers will just go back up. And ultimately, if the worst possible result of this was that James lost 5 million subscribers, which in a million years it won't be that many, he'll still have 11 million subscribers. He'll still be the biggest beauty channel on YouTube. And that is ultimately what these young teenagers in school are seeing as their example. This is how you treat your friends. This is how you behave. This is how you form these fake toxic friendships. This is how you get successful. Trampling over people, being mean to people, having fake toxic friendships that are based on what you can do for the other person, who you can climb over to get somewhere. I just wonder why it happens. It made me think about who are the underrated channels on YouTube? Who are the YouTubers who are kind and nice and everybody has only good things to say about them? They have genuine friendships. You don't always see them jumping on bigger YouTubers' channels. The people that they are friendly with, you don't necessarily hear them mention them every 5 minutes. And who sprung to mind is Raw Beauty Kristi, Jen Loves Reviews, Mel Thompson, and all of those people have 500,000 or less subscribers. The nice people, the kind people who've put time, effort, graft, who've supported others, who've helped lift others up, who comment and shout each other and cheer each other on, who are honest and open. Those are the people, and that's their numbers. And then you see, you know, the likes of James Charles, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Gabriel Zamora, and they are in the millions and millions and millions of subscribers. And I'm just like, what is going on there? I have certainly noticed that actually a lot of subscribers, they don't care if you're nice or a good person, or actually about really your personality at all. Obviously you want to be entertained. So, you know, if you're not entertaining, if people don't think you're fun to watch, you're entertaining to watch, you're easy to watch, they would like to hang out with you, you make them laugh, whatever. Obviously, you kind of need some of that for people to start following you on YouTube. But I have certainly noticed that if I put up a video, for example, that is a review of a product, here's whether you should buy it or not, these are the swatches, it will probably get 5 or 6 times the number of views that if I do a video talking about myself, so a Q&A about me, a getting to know me, a get ready with me, talking about whatever, a vlog, no one watches those. And that is fine. It's just something I've noticed. Obviously, that's the type of content that you guys are looking for, that you're interested in, more so reviews and try-ons and things like that, as opposed to getting to know me and my personality, which means then I don't make as many videos like that, so you guys don't know as much or get to know me as much. And that kind of raises a question to me, is that we don't care, we don't want to know. We don't want to know about whether someone's a good person, what kind of personality, what they do, their family, their friends, what's important to them, what matters, what they do outside of YouTube. We just want the review, we just want the tutorial. And so then this is what we get. Maybe that's what we've asked for, and this is what we're getting. And this is why those people will never really massively suffer. I've seen very few channels completely destroyed by something like this. I think I could only name one that seemingly has gone, and that would be Isabel Bedoya, who after all of her issues that she had on YouTube doesn't seem to make videos anymore. But I think that seems to have been more her choice, that she's focusing on Instagram than her, you know, being cancelled. She still has hundreds of thousands of subscribers on here, and I think that's the thing we expect. We're all like, oh, James is cancelled now, he's done, his career is over. It isn't. He's still in the middle of a tour in Australia. He's still got, at this point, well over 15 million subscribers, and he'll continue to have millions and millions of subscribers. I mean, even his apology video got more views than most of his other videos, to be honest, and that's the reward that he's got. I don't think he actually monetized his apology video, to be fair to him, but this is it, isn't it? You just think, you know, these dramatic situations, these fallings out, these ugly behaviours, they actually make them more popular in the end. More people know of them, hear about them, they're plastered all over every drama channel, so that's giving them more and more airtime, and people maybe who might not even know who James Charles was before this, now they know who he is. And like I said, this will blow over like every other drama does, like every other thing does. Something else will happen in a couple of weeks, it'll all be forgotten, and his numbers will go back up. And that's how it is. We just keep on accepting these people who are not good friends, who don't seem to be good people, who don't seem to be deserving of the platform, who don't seem to be good role models for the platform that they've got, and who don't seem to appreciate what they've got. Those are the people who are succeeding the most, getting the most out of this platform. And that is sad. It also made me wonder about the type of people that this job or this platform attracts, because I'm really interested in this whole psychology around certain jobs attracting certain personality types. So I've read lots of books about psychopaths, sociopaths. I find it very, very fascinating. And I know there are certain jobs that attract people with those personality disorders. I think from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, high incidence of psychopaths and sociopaths are attracted to jobs such as surgeons, lawyers, any high performing job. I know in the area that I work, which is elite sport, Olympic sport again, is a sport where you see a high incidence of those personality disorders. Anything really, really high, like pilots, those are kind of the jobs. And reason being that those are the jobs where you have to fight for everything you get in those jobs. You have to fight, you have to trample over people, you have to be incredibly selfish, self-driven, focused on money and competition all of the time. That's how you succeed in those jobs, because they're incredibly competitive. And that's the kind of people then that do ultimately the best in those jobs. Is YouTube becoming one of those jobs where it attracts a high incidence of people with no empathy, of people who struggle to form healthy friendships with people who are empathic? Is that what YouTube has become? It's just really fascinating to me. Let's look at some of the numbers. Here are some of the biggest beauty channels on YouTube with the most subscribers. And then compare those numbers to these people who I feel are like a really underrated channels on YouTube. Do you notice a difference between the type of people who have millions and millions of subscribers and the type of people who have less subscribers than you'd think that they should have, or that they deserve more? It's just something that I've been thinking about recently. Ultimately, I guess my question is, to be the most successful, the biggest of the big on YouTube, do you have to, in fact, be an asshole? What do you guys think? So those are my thoughts on this whole drama situation. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. Who do you think is an amazing, lovely, kind, giving person who deserves a much bigger platform? I know there are examples out there of people who, like Tati herself, seems to be, as far as I can see and tell from people who know and love her and know about her, she's very respected in her community. She's obviously got a huge, incredibly successful channel. So it's not at all the case that you can only succeed on YouTube by being mean and trampling over people and just being a horrible money grabbing person. I don't think that that's the case. I'd like to think that's not the case. But it seems like the majority of the time there's something in that theory. What do you guys think? I hope you found this video enjoyable or interesting in some way, and I would love to see you in a future one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.